Yeah, man. I don't know what the hell. OBS crashed, so I just started it back up the regular way, man. Get these guys back in here. Hey. Yeah, man, it crashed, man. So I'm just gonna start this thing back up the regular way, man.
Yo.
Yeah, OBS crashed, man. So I just did it the regular hangout way.
All right. He saw the link, so he's coming over.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, as you guys come in, do me a favor, hit the like button. OBS crashed, man. So I just do it. I'm doing it the regular way, man. What up? As you guys come in, have a seat, the like button, man. We're gonna try to get my man back in here. I think Dragon Ball sent the virus through, man. The son, man. He was getting destroyed in here, man. We back in here. What's up? Hold up. We back at it. There we go. All right. Wait, this is the back. All right. I'm sorry. There you go. I'm sorry. Ding, 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 ding. You back?
Yeah, we back.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, now Needles. Hey, Needles, now listen here now. You got to give my man a chance to fight back. Now you done beat the shit. You got him on the ropes. He was cut over both eyes. You know what I mean? This is like the Evander Holyfield Riddick Bowe fight when the Fan Man came into the ring. So you know what I mean? So give my man a chance to gather his thoughts. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm saying. So, but anyway, let's say, you know what I mean? How about this, Dragon? And I'm not. And again, I know that there was a media bias at the beginning of the generation. Like I said, 900p to 1000p wasn't that big of a deal. It's not to me. I've always said that resolution console guys are the silliest thing in the world. I can't tell the difference between a native 1080p or upscale 1080p. I'm just being honest. Okay, I got a great TV, but I can't tell the difference. Like I said, with better graphics. And at the start of the generation, Microsoft had a bad thing with their messaging. Microsoft shot themselves in both their foots at the start of the generation. You know, what they did, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And like I said, I don't have a problem with DRM. I don't buy used games. I like the fact that I could have traded my games in digitally. I was all for that. And I think, again, that's the difference between Microsoft and Sony. Sony stick with their guns. You know what I mean? Microsoft, they're afraid of their own shadow. They're afraid of their own shadow. You know what I mean? They're afraid of their own shadow. You know what I mean? And that's to me like the difference. Like I'll give you an example when with Beyond Two Souls and The Last of Us got a backlash from the media. Sony said this is a game for adults, made by adults. Perfectly handled, right? Microsoft will turn down the games, the graphics, yada yada yada. I mean, that's just them. You know, they're always out there over apologizing in the media. That's why I came with the thing: be the behemoth you are. Like I said, they're saying to me, they're just afraid of their own shadow. And again, also too, they just come up as being very weak beta males this generation. All in the, you know, hey, we would love to, you know, come play your God of War. And I understand it's a service that they have, so they want you to play your PlayStation 4 games on Mixer. I understand it's a business, but you got the head of Microsoft and the guys out there. Oh, we can't wait to play God of War. You don't see Yoshida saying the same thing about Gears or Halo, Voodoo Vince. You ain't see not one tweet from Reggie or Yoshida say, I can't wait to get on that boat and see these. You see where I'm going with this? You know what I mean?
No, of course, I understand.
It just, that's a bad. Hey, come on, like nobody wants to see this. Everybody have some dignity. You already get your teeth kicked in. Like I mixed the money. This is the Xbox. And you say what you want about Donnie D, but he was a smug bastard. You know what I mean? I love the brass.
Yes, he was.
You know, the cocky. You know what I mean? And you know, I remember they asked him, like, you know what I mean? They got on. It was the year that Microsoft had Usher out there dancing on stage and all that shit with the Connect. Shit was horrible, right? And Jeff Keighley asked, you know, Donnie D was like, yeah, well, Sony's really killing it. You see the games, this, that, and the other. But hey, Halo 3, you know what I mean? You know, outsold all their exclusives. Just talking shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, bragging about the Xbox numbers, and that's done. And I understand that may not be in Phil's thing, but Phil's no longer his thing. I don't even know who's the head of the Xbox division now.
Matt B.
You know what I mean? I don't.
That booty.
I don't know. I don't know what his demeanor is like.
He has Phil's old job.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what his temperament is like. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Phil's very, very passive. You know what I mean? But again, we're going to see now. This generation is over. They'll never catch the PlayStation. They won hands down. Now going into next generation, both of you guys are going to be 0-0. What do you think that Microsoft can change, Dragon, to change what's been happening? Are you still going to say exclusives don't matter, or are they going to have to be there with their big guns, more power? What do you think, Dragon? Hello?
You there, Dragon?
Okay, you guys. Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So the first part of your question is, will exclusive matters? Like you said before, exclusives have always mattered.
Mm-hmm.
I think it matters to the identity of the console itself, but that's the only reason, is so that the console can be identified. Can a person survive with the console without exclusives? Of course they can. Especially if you get more devs to take advantage of your product. But the way you do that is that you got to basically show them what is possible on your console by maxing that shit out. Like 4K 60 should be the message. I don't care what Sony says. I don't care what Jeff Keighley say. You got to have your own message regardless, and stick to your guns. Stick to your, and that's what you're right. That's what they didn't do this generation. They drove the train and somebody said, oh no, we don't like this direction. Okay, well, let's turn around. But you can't turn a train around that easy. And if you try to, you fuck it up. But that's what they did. They tried to turn the train around on the Xbox One, and it messed up. It came off the rails. Now they're spending this time trying to fix the problems that was created from, all they had to do was say, nope, this is where we're going. This is how we're going to do it. And then that's what we have to do. Win, lose, or draw. This is what we have to do. Sit down with these guys in this boardroom. Say, hey, what's the message? Oh, the message is going to be 4K 60 guaranteed on every game. Anybody can, anybody who is on board with that, they have to comply with that. Or we just can't do business.
Uh-huh.
But trying to pander to everybody, you ended up pandering to nobody. So I agree with you. I mean, once again, I'm not disagreeing with anything you said. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're right. This generation is over. Honestly, I called it 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I called it 2 years ago when I didn't see anything at E3 that caught my attention. So I was like, yep, it's over. They already, it's supposed to be an exhibition. No, it's over. It's already,
They threw in the towel.
It's a goddamn exhibition.
You know what I'm saying? And it's over. You know what I'm saying? My thing is Microsoft needs to come out swinging again. But this time, somebody needs to put a battery in their back, and they just need to keep swinging. You know what I'm saying? If the SJWs get hit, mama should have taught you how to duck. And, and you're right. Donnie D was that dude. He was a gangster, Oh, man, what about the people that don't have internet? Oh, well, shit, we got the 360. Holla at your boy.
Yeah. And
they didn't like that. They didn't like him. But they still bought the consoles. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? The year of the age of the 360 was the only year that we really saw Sony take an L. And it has never been seen before since they jumped on board.
Yeah.
With the PSX. We've never seen that. We thought Sony was ironclad, it was untouchable. Until they ran into, excuse my language, they ran into a real nigga and they got their teeth knocked out. But now that dude is gone. They locked Donnie D up somewhere. This fool is serving time in Rikers. You know what I'm saying?
You said Donnie D somewhere serving time in Rikers. Sony.
Right,
Crazy.
But they need, honestly, I think they need to bring him back. I think they need to bring him back because honestly, Matt Booty is a new Booty. I don't think he could do it. I don't. He's new to this. Yoshida, these cats, they got a new guy. Oh, they licking their chops now because Yoshida, he's still the same dude. You know what I'm saying? He's still with the Yakuza.
Yeah.
So now you got, basically PlayStation is the broadband bullies of the console generation now.
Shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They going, they bullying everybody.
This to me what's needs to be done. Next E3, or whatever, or Gamescom, Microsoft need to introduce Matt Booty to the world. Because if Phil's no longer the head of Xbox, he's the vice president of gaming. It should have been the Xbox guy there on stage, not Phil.
Yeah, I think.
Oh man, I agree with that. I thought that's what they were going to do.
If he's
I
no
thought
longer,
that's what they were going to do.
if Phil's no longer the head of Xbox, when you think of Xbox, you still think of Phil Spencer.
Yeah,
If he's the head of gaming, whatever division, I don't know who had this job before him. You know what I mean? So that whatever I know. He should the new boss of Xbox needs to take front and center. You know what I mean? And if that's no longer Phil's job, he's over Windows gaming, whatever the hell his job is, all of gaming at Microsoft.
yeah, I think that's the idea. Instead of just pushing only Xbox, they're going to just push gaming from Microsoft in general, and that includes Windows and shit.
Yeah, if that's his job, whatever the case may be, the new boss of Xbox needs to step up and, you know, interact with the fans, answer our questions. Because again, all of that, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've said this back then, that putting games on Windows day and date, it's not gonna, you know, because you still have a product to sell. You still have a console to sell, right?
Yeah.
So that's not going to fly over well. You know what I mean? Because there are a lot of people within this community that have PC and PlayStation 4 as their two platforms because they can't get their exclusives on PC. Now, why would I buy an Xbox when I have the better version of your game on my PC? You understand what I mean? At a much higher frame rate, 60 frames, a higher resolution, better graphics. So why would I buy a dumbed down version on a console?
Convenience and price. That's the only reason, really.
Yeah, but if I have a gaming rig, most likely
if you have a gaming rig, it's pointless.
If I'm buying all my multi-plats on my gaming rig, you understand what I'm saying? And I can get your exclusive for cheaper. Why would I buy your hardware? You know what I mean? I know
have to be an idiot.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So
Right,
again,
I was about to say you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, so again, they have to still give their. See, here's the thing, and then I know that Microsoft finds itself in a unique position. I'm sorry, because you know, as far as like you know, Nintendo. When you think of Windows, when PC, you think of Windows. I mean,
yeah,
and Microsoft is trying to put their foot in both sandboxes. I mean,
yeah,
and what we say before you become the master mini, you most first have to master one. So again, and this hasn't helped. If you look at what Sony is doing, what Nintendo was doing, they selling way more software exclusive wise. I'm not talking about what's better. That's all subjective. Okay, I'm not even going to do that. You say men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. I'm just talking about the numbers of what they're selling because you can only buy their software there. You know what I mean? They're selling more hardware and more software than fucking Microsoft. And why? So you got to go back to the drawing board and say, hey, maybe this Play Anywhere day and date didn't work out. You're gonna have to do something. Instead of double down and triple down on it. Don't go out that motherfucker and pull it down with Trump. You know what I mean? Because this is $1 billion investment. You know what I mean? Because here's the difference: you're still putting out PC exclusives, but you're not putting out Xbox exclusives.
That is true.
And I just want to take the mic for a moment just to correct something. I said Matt B was head of Xbox, but basically he took Phil's old job under Donnie D, where he just like kind of scouted out games. He ran the first party. Phil's still the head of just gaming in general, and that's why he's on the front stage of E3 and all that. Just so you guys know.
Okay. Hold on. Listen, guys, take off 1 second and let the dog out the back.
Okay, perfect.
Right.
So, I think in the beginning of this, Z asked if we're going to go to the next generation, both are going to start at 0-0. Xbox has to bring out a new console. PlayStation has to bring out a new console. And I know you guys are here for post up, but I'll pass off the mic in a second. Anyways, you have to realize, Dragon, Z is a piece of shit. He tricked you with that question. The reality is the PS5 and the Xbox 2, let's just call it that for now, they're probably forward compatible machines, meaning but Sony, with their huge lead with the PS4, let's say roughly 40 million consoles ahead of the Xbox, they're going to take all their gamers and tell them, look, you know how you love your PS4? Well, you can continue to love your PS4 because you can bring all your shit over to the PS5. What incentive can Xbox possibly do to stop this mass audience who already has a PS4, who's already invested into this ecosystem, from stopping to go to the more powerful system with the PS5? Because at the end of the day, they already invested into the PlayStation ecosystem. So how could you stop them and make them go over to the Xbox? I think next generation could possibly already be done unless Xbox does something drastic. And maybe that's their idea with those first-party acquisitions of Ninja Theory and all those studios. But I'll go ahead and pass over to you, Dragon, or maybe post up if you want to shine in.
So I'll answer that question. That is actually wasn't a trick question because the question was about the messaging. What does Microsoft need to do and say to kind of help get
from going to the next PS5 because they're already invested into the PlayStation ecosystem.
I mean, well, once again, all they have to do is go back to the days of the 360. You come out cheaper with more proficient hardware, right? They took such a beating. Hold on. They took such a beating this generation, right? So the message, you're right. Even next generation is probably already written in stone if Microsoft just kind of sail into the next generation as is. But they're not going to do that. That's why they made changes. That's why they, Phil stepped up. He cleared out the cobwebs in the attic, and now he's dusting off some old playbooks. That's what the money is there for. That's how they were able to buy. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest. Microsoft spent a lot of money on doing the X, but I would surmise to say that the X should have been the original Xbox One X to begin with, but because of what was happening, they couldn't wait to drop that console. They had to drop something right then. Going forward, they have an actual expected date. So there's no surprises. Sony can drop the PS5 next year. Who cares? Because now it's going to be, okay, cool, Sony, we know what you can do. We know what you can do because you've done it.
Yeah.
And you've been doing it. Sony has always been the graphics powerhouse. It's always been that way. Gameplay shoddy as hell, but those graphics, man, you can't deny it, and I'm not going to. But now everybody is going to say, well, let's see what Microsoft is going to do, because now we know what Sony is doing. We know what's in the PlayStation 5. Now we need to know what's in the Scarlet. We need to know what, where's the compare and contrast at there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're already not going to be outdone power-wise. They had to purchase more studio because they needed more talent to fuel that extra power. Yeah. Because they weren't going to, they can't be the, they only had 3 studios. They can't be the only ones taking advantage of the console. And if third party is going to cripple themselves, whether if it's on purpose or whatever, let me take my tinfoil hat off. But I think they purchased those studios, to say, hey, we don't really need the third parties to take advantage of our new hardware coming out. Why? Because now we have adequate studios to do it for us. This is I'll get up off the mic, but Panos Panay said the whole purpose of coming out with the Surface was to show our partners how we want it done and how it's supposed to look. How many Surface style tablets exist now? Just because of what Microsoft did with the Surface. Now they got Panos Panay working on the Scarlet. He's heading the Scarlet, right? And so we know it's going to be ironclad because this dude ain't never made a messed up machine ever in his life. So we know the Scarlet is going to be good. So we don't even focus on the machine. Now it's about the games. We need to know what these games are going to look like.
I just want to chime in real quick. I do agree with what he just said. I think it's this notion. I don't know why people feel as though that Microsoft has put themselves in a position that they can't recover from. We talk about Sony, and when you always talk about Sony, it's always this idea of this notion. Oh, that's not going to be so. They're going to get through it. They're going to recover. They're going to do. But every time when it comes to Microsoft, it's like we put these hurdles, these imaginary hurdles in front of them, as if they haven't learned from their mistakes. Microsoft is in a better position now than Sony in regards to cross-gen software. All right. If you look at what they're doing in terms of backwards compatibility with the original Xbox, with the 360, then you look at the Xbox One, and a lot of the titles on the Xbox One and on the Xbox One X are already cross-gen are already cross-gen titles. If not, it's going to be more easier for me to move my library over to that next system than it will be with Sony. And if Sony do invest in backwards compatibility, which I think they will, because I think they've seen the benefits of it with what Microsoft is doing, I think that will only extend to PS4. And as far as PS1 and PS2 titles, I still think they will be streamed from a service base.
Yeah, but post up. Let's be honest. The PS1 and 2, that'd be great. The Xbox come back to 360, OG Xbox, great. I'm not going to deny that. But let's face the reality. Sony is up, what, roughly 40 million consoles? And are you telling me if they tell their audience, let's just say 100 million PS4 owners by that time, that you can take all your shit and go right to the PS5? How the fuck do you stop that?
You do it the same way. People said the same thing in the PS2 era when they was up 120 million consoles. Yes, they did.
How?
They said, look, when the Xbox only did 25, when the OG Xbox only did 25, when the OG Xbox only did 25 million, right? Did nobody expect Microsoft to even compete or do the numbers they did in the 360 era? They already thought it was a wrap. Sony has 120 million installed base. How could Microsoft win the next era when all those gamers are going?
Comparison, and let me explain why.
I mean,
put him in his.
it will be comparison. You cannot look at the numbers and think that based on the people that's in the PS4 install base is going to stay there, because I'm pretty sure everybody thought that people who was in the 360 install base was going to stay in the Xbox One. Gamers move back and forth based on their preference.
You want to know what the difference is? In the 360 and PS2, like you brought up, you're not able to take all your games and move it over to the next console. So you're telling all those PS4 owners you still have all your games.
Because I don't think the PS4 games in the beginning of this generation are going to come over like that. I don't even consider those cross-gen titles.
But
the only titles are from the PS4 perspective is the ones that's coming out pretty much the new joint, your Spider-Mans, your Days Gone, titles like that, the recent titles that just came out. I look at those as cross-gen titles. The Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima. I look at those as cross-gen titles that'll move over more easier than the ones that came out.
You got an Xbox One X, right?
Yeah.
Are you able to play all your Xbox One games on that?
On my Xbox One X?
Yeah. Come on, Nethos.
Yeah.
Are you able to do that?
This is a goddamn.
You're telling me on the PS5 they're going to say you can't take all those PS4 games over? It's not going to be forward compatible?
I didn't say you want to be able to take. See, look at you. You're trying to
scenario I'm giving you that's likely.
I said
Nethos, that's a bad comparison, bro.
But look, the games will come over. All I said was
they're both Xbox Ones.
Yeah, but when the Xbox 2 comes out, I guarantee you're going to take all your Xbox One games right over.
Of course, that's Microsoft's MO. They've always done that. This is new to PlayStation.
This is what I'll explain where Sony could take an L. If they don't do that, they shot themselves right in the foot. If they don't do that.
But the only thing I said was that Microsoft is in a better position because they're bringing their whole library. Sony is not going to be able to bring their unless they do some hardware-wise where they throw a PS2 chip in there, or if they come up with if they come up with a software version to implement it like Microsoft did, then they could bring their whole library. Other than that, the only thing I see coming over is the PS4 games. But like you said, but even you said the generation into. But look, and 80 million invested into the 360 too, and look what happened.
They can't take their shit over. That's why it's not the same comparison.
But that wasn't the main reason, though.
It will be next generation.
No.
Like people, just like how
you
people
don't know that
over to the X, they're gonna I can take this shit to the PS5.
So basically, you're saying that 80 million
ecosystem.
So you're saying that 80 million PS4 fans,
they have the
is going to go over to the PS5 because they're able to bring their PS4 library with them.
Yeah, that's going to be a huge incentive. Why would you go into a whole new ecosystem and reinvest?
That will not
be determinant factor.
Think about the headset, the controllers.
Hey, post up.
I'm sorry,
post up. Hold on one second.
On that one. You taking the L on that one.
Hey, post up.
Even
Hold on one
Zeno
second.
did.
Nethos.
Yeah.
You understand why Microsoft did backwards compatibility, right? And
Yes,
look at the
I do.
games
It's good.
that they did backwards compatibility on, because it wasn't all of them. They only did it on their most popular games. The ones that actually sold into the 2 or 3, 4, 5
Yeah, but
million,
that's due to
and the
licenses and
multiplayer
shit.
games.
That's due to licenses and shit too.
It was a license.
If you say so.
No, it was due to licenses. Some of the
On
studios
some
didn't
of them.
exist no more.
Yeah.
You had license issues with music and all types of stuff.
But because these consoles are x86, like a PC, they're going to be able just to take the stuff right over.
Okay.
Yeah, they will. They will.
Okay, but
So
now,
all
but
those
once
PS4
again, you gotta
games,
hold
not
on.
exclusive, everything will just go right to the PS5.
No.
Here's the next question.
No. I disagree with that because
How?
amongst the Sony fans, you don't buy a new console to play old games.
Look, man, you need to shut the fuck up. Man, you are
But that's
taking
what
this.
that's what they say. That's what they
They've
say.
been clowning us the whole generation, and that's basically your
Yeah,
argument
Sony
right
fans
now.
are fucking hypocrites. All fanboys are
Hashtag schizo gamers. Exactly.
Yeah,
Who
they're all
buys
hypocrites.
a new
Fuck all that.
console to play old games? So that can't be an incentive for them.
Hey, yo, wait, listen. Let me answer. I'm gonna keep it real, right? I'm gonna call
Yeah.
a spade of this one, right?
80 million.
You know what made Microsoft so successful last generation? Besides being cheaper, they were hungry. They went out that motherfucking again. It's very important. When Microsoft totally went away from this generation, I'm gonna be honest. Microsoft has probably never had the best developers. It is what it is. Outside of only thing game that I can give Microsoft that's homegrown is Forza. They bought Fable from Lionhead. They bought Bungie with Halo. You know what I mean? Our only game that they developed from the ground up that I know for sure this quality is the Forza Horizon series. But in between getting your Forza, your Halo, and your Fable, because you remember Gears was second party, Microsoft had great second party deals. And we didn't get that this generation. So in the lows is between us getting the Halo or they own Gears. Now the Gears, last generation we got games like Lost Odyssey, Blue Dragon, 99 Nights, you know what I mean? Ninja Gaiden, Dead or Alive.
But those are all second party titles too.
I know. I said we didn't get any of those this generation.
Yeah. No.
So I said in between of us getting the Halo, the Forza, and the Fable, because they didn't even own Gears.
I see what you're saying. They had plugs. They was plugging the holes in the gaps. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So now, and they totally went away from that this generation. So the lows between us getting that Halo and our Gears, you know what I mean, and the Forza.
You got Sea of Thieves now.
But those, and again, like they have been like dog shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, what made Microsoft the 360 so great, I think Sony ended up catching up, but then I think the 360 passed again. But when it comes to Microsoft made a lot. I don't give them money's money. They made a lot more money than Sony last year, even with software sales. Wasn't even close. But I said it to say this because all of the multi-plats they went on the 360. But I said it to say this though, right? Well, again, what made them so, I guess, what gave them a shot, because they're going to be coming off the most successful console generation that Sony ever had, was the PS2, is that Microsoft was hungry. This generation, again, and I'm gonna say this, I didn't feel that hunger. I didn't feel, even like I've always said this, and it missed me when a lot of people here. Maybe
they weren't hungry. they were stingy.
Even with the original Xbox, and I felt those guys' passion. You had the boss of Microsoft, Bomber and Bill Gates out there on the stage. I've never seen Nadal out that motherfucker on the E3 stage. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. You know what I mean? He really didn't know.
I don't know nothing about gaming.
Okay,
you ain't gonna see that man.
I'm just
he
saying,
gonna find it, but he don't know shit about it.
But I'm just saying and that's what. And again, even though, and I said this before, even though the original Xbox got his teeth kicked in by the PS2, my faith as a fan didn't waver. So I didn't have a problem, with going over to the 360, right? And this is coming from a die-hard Xbox guy. That's why I question these guys in this chat. They question me with the Xbox guy. Look at my gamer chat, fuck niggas. I've been here since day one. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And so if they can question why my faith has wavered, because just looking now, this Microsoft is a former shell of themselves. Like, I'm just being real. Like, this last 2.5 years, instead of that Xbox guys coming out and being honest and calling the bullshit for the fuck you what it is, they out there damage control and this shit. Oh, it's okay. I remember when I asked Phil. You remember when I asked Phil, what's up with the mature exclusives on the Xbox, right? I had so many Xbox guys on that thread. Phil, thanks to you with that Lucky tells my nephew has Achilles heel that was ruptured playing soccer, and I got to play with him during the holiday seasons. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're
like,
right. I don't agree with that.
You know what I mean? So again, those games are not meant to, and this is the problem. And even with a game like Sea of Thieves, those are not meant to be up there with the Gears, the Forzas, and the Halos. But that's all that we have. So of course those games are gonna be on the microscope. You haven't put anything out in how many years? You know what I mean?
All right, let me pay the bills for you, Z, with the $2 holler. Carlos Crespin, I'm gonna call you Carlos, creeping on the come up. He say Peter Moore was the best Xbox boss. Screwfield.
Peter Moore.
Facts.
I like the Robbie Batch too, but
Facts.
Cool.
Yeah, Robbie Batch too. Peter Moore didn't play no games though.
No,
he didn't.
He didn't play. Yeah, he didn't play no, and he was competitive.
Very competitive.
He was very competitive in getting, and he went out and got all the games that wasn't on the system, like GTA and all that stuff. And
wasn't he the one that tattooed the Halo thing to his arm?
Halo 5.
Man, you don't get more dedicated than that.
Grand Theft Auto,
all those.
Roll the sleeve up, you know what I mean? And that's
he was very competitive.
They don't need to come out that bitch's little husky ass, rip up the motherfucking shirt and say Xbox tattoo, husky motherfucker. You know what I mean? This is what they're missing, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. You know what's disheartening? I mean, as fans, and again, and I must be honest, right? We're all fans of gaming, no matter what some of folks are a little bit more zealous. I've never owned an Xbox. I've never been so much of an Xbox guy that I said never own a PlayStation. Like, to me, that is shit. I'm not gonna cut off my nose to spite my face. Of course, I'm gonna want to play God of War, whatever the case. I'm type of nigga, something comes out and I like it, I'm gonna play it, no matter what. It can be on the fucking TurboGrafx 16, right? Mm-hmm. But again, let me say this. Maybe you may understand it like this, right? What's a little disheartening to me, you got motherfuckers out there like, well, I'm not really a fan of there will always be a console war. That's just the nature of man. Stop it, man.
But you know what? I think as far as next generation, Microsoft gonna be fully loaded for what they didn't do this gen. They should be fully loaded. If they not, it's a problem. I got a problem because the shit show you put on this gen as far as you should open up the gen loaded.
Yep.
Loaded. It should be no excuses.
They got to go back.
That's what I said. Just come out and punch them straight in the mouth.
They got to go back to get those big. They got to get. Listen, regardless of who like Call of Duty, what they got to go back and get that Call of Duty. They got to go back. They got to get the games like Red Dead Redemption. They need those themed consoles. They need exclusive content on their platform. You know what I mean? And they need great quality exclusive that take advantage. And I'm gonna say this again. And for those who are just tuning in, this is like part of the other show. Ubisoft, OBS crash. And again, what made actually, you look at the Pro, you look at the X, and again, I thought the X was going to be it. So you got the best graphics, that and the other. And Microsoft depended too much on third party to really show the difference, because it's not really different. Again, between 1080p, native, or dynamic, it is what it is. So you're asking $500. Again, you're asking a more beefier price tag than your competitor's $100 cheaper, right? Pro, right? But then again, they didn't have not one exclusive. Again, still to this date, that takes full advantage of the hardware, and PlayStation exclusives still look better, much more better than Xbox. Look at goddamn Ghost of Tsushima. You had motherfuckers, someone that's the PS5.
Yeah.
Digital Foundry wanted to know this one on PS.
It's because it is. It was the PS5.
Oh, bro, they got Digital Foundry just came out today. It's running on PS4 Pro.
I don't trust them fuck niggas.
Let me tell you something. I just want to respond to the chat. Everybody got an issue with this Gears Pop thing. Look, I had an issue with them announcing it on the stage.
Man, tell them let that shit go.
But as far as them developing that title, it is too much money in the mobile industry for anyone to look away. When you got games like Candy Crush, doing 5 billion. They're worth 5, 6, 7 billion right now. It is too much money in the mobile industry for them to look away. Sony they just showed a Sony title that's doing $1 billion just off mobile gaming. So don't get on Microsoft for trying to get a piece of that pie. That's a smart idea. I mean,
Nintendo did the same thing.
Yeah,
Mario
there's so much money in the mobile industry. They will be stupid not to try to get in that space, and they're trying to do it with Gears Pop. I commend that. Whether I play it or not, I don't care. But some mobile people who love mobile gaming, they might play it.
Oh, shout out to Parker. Parker said it's been said Naughty Dog is overrated. I used to be on the ball over there. I'm no longer. Naughty Dogs are the fucking naughty fucking gods.
I don't think Naughty Dog is overrated.
My
They
God.
are meticulous in terms of how they develop. And
Yeah.
I like it because they look at the little things. It's now you can look at a game and it could be graphic and it could be intense and everything, but your brain automatically sees the little things that are not there that take the realism away, no matter how good it looks. Naughty Dog is good at making it look great, but adding the little subtle things that add to the realism. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like when I first saw Uncharted 4, how when he got drugged in the water was just sliding off his pants, or the pants were showing that they was wet and all that stuff. Even if you look at the Last of Us 2 demo, the little nuances in there that makes it look so real, they are meticulous. I don't think they're overrated. They are superb developers.
Okay, this is something I stated last. I guess the show got broke up in half, and I'm gonna ask you guys' opinion before I'm not gonna keep you here too much longer. That next generation, like I said, it's rumored that Microsoft is going to have the more powerful hardware, right? More or less. And I've been saying this on my channel for a while. What was told to me when it comes to hardware, no longer will they be outgunned. You even had Phil say there at E3, he likes saying he has the world's most powerful console. Cool. But that's not going to matter again. And that's what I'm saying, it's not going to matter. Because if you look at games, like I said, Ghost of Tsushima, and with Microsoft saying that no generation left behind, that game still going to have to run on base Xbox One 2013 hardware, right? With Sony, with their PlayStation 5 exclusives, whatever's in their PlayStation 5 is going to be built from the ground up for the PlayStation 5. Even when you look at Gears of War 5, right? It looks beautiful. Looks better than 4. But it's not that huge of a leap. Like you're going from Uncharted 4 to The Last of Us 2. From what do you call it? Sons, what's that shit? What's that goddamn game from Sucker Punch? Their first game.
Infamous
to Ghost of Tsushima. That's a huge goddamn leap, right? And the reason why for that, if you listen to what Phil, what's the guy name from Gears, Rob Ferguson, he said that game was built from the ground up for PC for 4K 60. Sony and they don't have to worry about that. Their games are built from the ground up to take advantage of their hardware and their console, and Microsoft is not the same thing. You know what I mean? So even if they come, here's my thing, even if leading into the next generation and they had the more powerful hardware, it's not gonna make a difference because their games still have to run on standard fucking. It's gonna look a little better, run a little better, but it's not gonna use everything that's in that. If it has 16 gigs of RAM, that game still has to be made to run around 5.5 gigs of RAM on standard fucking hardware. You understand what I'm saying? The same thing I said with cross-gen development this generation. But even though you had games like Tomb Raider, with Rise of the Tomb looked amazing, that game still came out on the 360 and a half stick of RAM. You know what I mean? So it couldn't look as good as it could have looked. You know what I mean? And it's going to be the same thing, most likely next generation. They got to cut the umbilical cord. Going forward, if you want to place it, the next Xbox Scarlet or the two motherfuckers go out and buy it, you have to put out software that you can only get there. There's not going to be no need for me to upgrade if it's going to look slightly more better than I already have your X or S. Motherfuckers ain't going to buy the console. So all that, no gamer left behind. They got to come out and come with exclusive software for the Xbox Scarlet, and I don't think Microsoft is going to do that.
Oh, you bugging? I think you're gonna be surprised, brother.
So for the Xbox Scarlet, I got a quick question for Z. Do you think when the console launches, they're still gonna have to make it through the parameters of the original Xbox One, or do you think the Xbox One will start being phased out and it'll just be the X and Scarlet?
Nope, because they're still gonna be selling the S.
So you think the S is gonna be included in the next Xbox as well?
Next generation most likely starting next year. I don't see them stop selling the S. How long did they sell the 360 until the X when the X was out? One, you know what I mean?
Wait, you really think the next generation starts next year?
Somebody's jumping off next year. Hell yeah. 2019. You got too many fucking
2020, 2021.
Listen, not in 2021. This generation started in 2013. You know what I mean? And the DX, believe it or not, the X and the Pro are not new console. They just made it run what you got a little better. The extending software, you know what I mean? They run it a little better.
Were they made to run things better, or was they made to extend the generation out a little bit?
I think they were made to extend the generation.
Well, you got, what do you call it? What's the motherfucker's name? Infinity Ward. And their next Call of Duty is due next year.
Yeah, it could be the Google fucking console. Who knows?
They said multiple, next generation consoles.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're gonna steal code for the next generation consoles.
Yeah, they might announce the next year, but I don't think it's coming out.
Yeah, that just tells me that it's gonna be ready for the current gen system as well as the next gen systems.
Yeah, I think like holiday 2020 is it.
But if next E3, if they get on stage and they show the next gen version of the system, of that game, then I'm with Z. Somebody finna release that year. Because ain't no way you on stage showing the next gen version of that game and ain't no hardware finna follow behind it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, well, even Cyberpunk 2077 was confirmed to be cross-gen or something.
Yeah, I think the way that game looked, it had to be.
Yeah, so
I'm telling you.
So it's not.
How do you know how the game looks?
We seen little clips and trailers of it.
Clips and trailers, screenshots and stuff. Yeah. Game look fucking amazing.
You know what I mean? There's one
I think they're gonna build it from the ground up on the next generation console, but they're gonna scale it back.
They're already doing it.
Yeah, because next generation consoles are far away. I'll agree to that.
Every game that you see from here on out is being.
No, it's not next year.
Every game that you've seen from here on out, even I would say even from last year, has been built and made for next gen hardware. It just gets scaled down. That's why I say about Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, them are cross gen titles. They're already built for next gen hardware.
Yeah,
and if they're doing that on the Pro, I can imagine what they're going to look like on the PS5. Oh my god.
Yeah, because that shit is Pro.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Digital Foundry confirmed that.
Yeah, it's a Pro. They confirmed it, and what was the other? Who is the other person I watch who will be doing? Their I like theirs better than Digital Foundry because they're a little bit more in depth. I forgot who it was, but
is it Vex Gaming or something like that?
Vex, not Vex.
Because they do 4K 60 on all their stuff.
I forgot, but it's one of them. They did it way before Digital Foundry, and they was just very detailed, pausing and slowing down and showing you how it was a PS4 game, showing how like in Ghost of Tsushima, like all the parts, all the fucked up parts, how good they masked it with the fog. Like when he was got on the horse and he was riding out. If you look into the distance, the trees was like wasn't even all the way in. But they quickly turned the camera so your eyes wouldn't pay attention to that. So they broke it all down, but it's PS4 Pro hardware for those who don't believe it.
Yeah, Xbox. Hold on, Xbox 2 exclusives. All right. Well, anything else you guys want to say? Get off your chest before we get the hell up out of here.
No, hey, if y'all haven't seen it, please go watch.
All right, don't bring up Mr. Parker now.
The multiplayer podcast. It was freaking hilarious. And shout out to all my SKL spin kicking the L players.
Yeah, man. They beat my man Baron down yesterday. I put the link in the chat. They did my man Baron.
Hey, don't forget about the H1Z1 now.
Hey, that's the first time I got under Baron's skin because after the show went out, that nigga was like, I'm finna come to Chicago and slap the shit out of you folks.
Oh, wow.
Let me link it here. The multiplayer was crazy yesterday. You know what? I was doing a regular show and just turned it to the multiplayer. Everybody just hopped in. I'm like, all right, fuck it. We get the multiplayer. You know what I mean? Because you normally do it Thursday, and I got a late start.
Yeah.
Even Porter Rock was in there, man. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that shit was dope though. I enjoyed it, man. I went back and watched it and listened to it again, man. I was rolling, man.
Yeah, you was in your bag. You was in that motherfucker being messy yesterday, bro. You was in there being messy, man. You was definitely in there being messy yesterday.
Baron pulled out his tactic. He's yelling. That's
asinine. What are you talking about? The greatest exclusive of all time is asinine.
Hey, that's his favorite word right there.
Asinine. That nigga be tweaking with that shit. Hold on, let me put it. That's the link to yesterday's multiplayer, and also to check it out. They got a bang. What else? Let me see. If you guys are not following me, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's been kind of heated in these gaming street. I see Puerto Rico, they fucking with Robbins Gaming. I got to talk about the Naughty Dog agenda.
Yeah,
I need to weigh in on
that's
that.
fucking wild.
Yeah. I don't really have an issue with that. Women and
I don't get why you would.
I mean, actually, to be honest with you, I did, man. That had like absolutely nothing to do with the game.
Like, she's the lead character. I mean, she's the lead character.
I mean,
now.
You know, two ugly bras now, dog. They should have made one of them look good.
Hey, why do men have a problem with women being a lead role in the game? What's the? I don't understand that. Like,
exactly.
Why? No. Oh, that's not, dude. That ain't an issue, bro.
Oh, okay.
There's been women in. No, the issue was two ugly bras kissing. Why couldn't one of them be fine? That's all I'm saying.
What?
Why couldn't one of them be fine? That's all I'm saying.
That's a issue. Okay, that's a person. That's a you issue.
Yeah, that's
right?
a you problem.
So you saying them chicks was looking good?
Look,
hell no.
I don't care.
I don't think that matters.
Okay, all right.
Look, man.
But I'm just saying. No. There's been female leads in games for years now, dude. That ain't a problem.
So yeah, would you have a problem with would you have a problem with Laura Croft kissing the girl?
No, because she look good.
Man, don't nobody care.
I don't think ugly chicks should be kissing, bro.
That's all I'm saying. Look, if you was behind closed door when nobody was there, you'll be getting it cracking with the ugly shit. What is you talking about?
Right, but the lights will be off though. Hey, the lights will be off though.
You know, pussy ain't got no.
I can't do it. Hey, I can't do it staring her right in the face, dude. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Two dude looking chicks, man. Like I don't know about that.
Oh man,
like all this technology and graphics that Sony got, they could have made them chicks look better than that, man. I'm just saying.
Parker, we did PS5 day one. Who needs a PC? I'm sorry, I didn't see that part. You said PS5 day one. Who needs a PC? I'm with you. I'm a console dude, man. I'm always gonna be a console. I love the simplicity of console.
I'm probably with none of that, man. With all the homosexuality that's in TV, music, it's everywhere. So
that don't make it okay.
It was just a matter of time for it, and it's been a gaming long before that kiss too, man. Like, I mean, it doesn't bother me, man. But I guess some.
But see, hey, post up. Here's the real issue.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is not women in games. The issue is, for some apparent reason, they don't like to put brothers in games.
Yeah.
Why is that an issue?
Well, we cannot complain. Look, let me tell you something.
What happened to Locke?
I'm gonna make this clear, man. I'm gonna make this clear. Black people need to stop complaining about what other people not doing and do for ourselves. If you want to see a black character or all black people in all black game, then a lot of black game developers need to get together and make that game.
You think that's the issue?
Stop.
I'm looking like this though. Here's the thing, Post. Be real. It wasn't black people that created Black Panther, the movie, right?
No, it was white.
No,
No, it wasn't.
All right, so I don't look at it like that. You know what I mean?
You talking about the comic or the movie?
Comic? It was
both.
White people.
Both.
No, the movie was made by Ryan
the
Coogler.
movie, everything was black all the way down. Direct.
I'm talking about who owns
but the bond, They
didn't make. Well, but they produced it. They didn't actually cut the check. You know what I mean? From Disney owns the goddamn the Marvel thing. You know what I mean? So even even down to if you look at Metal Gear, iconic character, right? Made by some Japanese dudes.
Mm-hmm.
So I never really, and I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be insensitive or oversensitive, you know what I mean? I honestly never looked at it at the game as being white or black, you know what I mean? I'm not saying they're not more white protagonists in video games than black. I'm nowhere am I saying that, but I just never really paid attention to it. You know what I mean? I love playing as what's some of my main Gold Train and Gears. Who doesn't like playing as Gold Train as Gears? Long as the character is fun. Well, you look at fucking Crackdown 3. You got my man hashtag Me Too Terry Crews out that motherfucker. God bless his heart, right? You know what I mean? So I guess it depends. Or even look what the developers said from Assassin's Creed. You know, they had to make the game original with the guy. You know what I mean? And even the tap on the solid red thing again. What he was to me, I think what he said was so ignorant. Was that there were more white developers, and I said there's not. You know what I mean? If anything, I think more developed from Middle Eastern descent. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That I know of in this.
That is true.
Now, I'm not talking about who owns the company, who owns EA, Rockstar, this, that, and the other, you know what I mean, or whatever. But that's just my opinion. You know, there's not more white developers, and that's why I don't know
what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Even in terms of the Asian culture, it's everywhere. It's in gaming, even in anime. You have these Japanese anime companies that create Americanized characters speaking Japanese. You know,
that's fact.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, and it's all throughout. And sometimes when I'm watching the anime, I'm thinking, I'm paying attention to that. Like, why am I looking at these Americanized characters speaking Japanese and things like that from a culture that's pretty much Asian? You know what I'm saying? But I guess
but
that's
post up. They post up. I can answer that question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand that after World War II, number one, the Japanese was not allowed to really be a sovereign nation anymore.
Facts.
There's more American bases there. So when the Japanese kids grow up into adults, when you think of heroes, when you think of soldiers, when you think of men with power, you think of white men, or at least that's how they see it. But then the opposite for that is, look how black people are portrayed in anime. You know what I'm saying? Googly eyes, big lips. Look at Mr. Popo from Dragon Ball Z. That's a clear example.
Yeah.
Look at how he acts. Oh, come and no.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like,
you know what?
Like, come on,
I definitely
dude.
agree with that, but that's something that we all been raised up under, this notion that if you look at the marketing across the board in anything, it's predominantly white. White hero, even from the magazines, you always see white male, white women, but that's getting into a whole nother conversation. Y'all need to tune into the next Expand Your Mind.
We got to get back on this Wednesday. We back at it this Wednesday.
We're going to extend this conversation and go more in depth into that on the Expand Your Mind. And the way you see that is you got
send me a link to that.
Follow
10:30.
Follow Z Twitch channel. That's where we hold the Expand Your Mind shows now on his Twitch channel.
Turn that shit down, Maya.
Yeah, drop the link for him, Z. And we're gonna do it this Wednesday.
Yeah, me with the link.
And we definitely going to go in this much deeper and further.
Twitch in a minute, man. Play something. They need to bang with us. Let me put this copy. Here we go. Copy. Here's the link to the Twitch. I'm actually about to go on Twitch in a minute. Stream something, play something.
Hey, real quick before you go, Z.
Yes,
to
sir.
Post up.
Yeah.
Do you know who the Harlem Hellfighters are?
Harlem Hellfighters? I cannot say that I do.
You know why that's a problem?
Enlighten me, brother.
Because Harlem Hellfighter is on the cover of Battlefield 1.
One.
Yeah,
but yet the game is not about him.
Oh, yeah. It's like the first mission, isn't it, too?
Yeah. I mean,
like the first mission, and then you never see him again.
Yeah.
All right, hold up.
But the Harlem Hellfighters actually is known for having the most confirmed kills out of World War I history. Out of period.
Look at your screen.
Most confirmed kills.
Yeah. Look at these
three. Nobody knows who they are.
See that? That's a Harlem Hellfighters.
That's crazy. No, but go ahead, man. I just wanted to say that.
No one bothers.
No, you're gonna be on the next show because you're definitely gonna enlighten me, bro. I love learning. And if something you can school me on or point me in the right direction and learn about, I'm definitely gonna do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. I got you, homie.
All right.
Don't even trip.
Well, listen, if you guys enjoyed the show today, it's us. Ask you a big favor from me. Hit the like button. It really helps the platform when they try to keep your boy down. You know, it is with the like button. Like I said, I left you guys a link to the last multiplayer podcast. Funny as hell. That's probably one of our best shows. Actually, I like them all. That shit was funny. Baron, you know, you guys love to hate Baron. Baron went his ass with that match.
Hey, I ducked. I got out the way. Z was trying to come at me.
I was trying to line your ass up. Hey, Pose, I was trying to line your ass up.
I know. I got out the way.
I was trying to line
Pose ass up. And they just went in on Baron. I'm like,
yo, that's asinine. You know, Baron coming loud as hell. God, man. Pose, I'm eating right now. Hold up. Baron coming as loud as hell. This is asinine. Got his ass full. I said, Baron, I gotta say, Baron gonna pull a K Mang on that month. You gonna see a tweet from Baron? This was my last episode of the multiplayer podcast. I was at Mario's wedding. Mario just passed away, and they would.
Oh, come on, Z. Come on, Z. That's messed up.
Hey, no, listen, man. These fucking niggas are taking shots, man. Listen, tell them to stop. I'll fight back. Now, stop. They've been fucking. They've been look. They still fucking with me. When I knock it out the bottom of that motherfucker. Let's me tell you what me about Dragon. Let me see if we go. I do not start. I am not the aggressor. It's just that when I last shot and come back, it's be kind of hard, be kind of vicious. But I tell motherfuckers to leave me alone. They've been talking about me for how long now? What's diabetic gaming?
Now.
Yeah, and I hadn't said shit. Now come on, business.
They've been throwing shots, indirect shots, all types of stuff. And people don't even know stuff been said behind the scenes and things we don't know about. It's been a lot of shit.
I really do try to keep the peace. Like these motherfuckers is mental midgets, man. Like I does this, you know what I mean? I done got sitting home many days in school doing this shit here. Trust me.
But don't slap them too hard though, Z.
I got to, man. They don't stop. How else they gonna learn? They gonna learn to leave me the fuck alone. Now, he ain't gonna say nothing for a while. I slapped the shit out of him. What was yesterday? I slapped that motherfucker. I already blocked every account I got on Twitter. He even knew my sock accounts. He blocked every one of them motherfuckers. That's how hard I slapped his ass. And I don't even be running around with socks. But I had a few extra ones. I was getting banned on Twitter and shit. He banned every one of them motherfuckers. Like, God damn.
Who is that?
BG.
Oh yeah.
I just told you stories that's funny, bro. I ain't gonna lie on the motherfucker, man. You know what I mean? For real, I ain't been knowing the dick pull, but it is what it is. But listen. Thank you guys, my brother the Ruham. Shout out to 6996 Bransdale Dickens, dedicated servers. My man Solid Snakes. He said something funny. Hold up. He got past me. He said, well, at least us Latino folks have Rico Rodriguez from Just Cause 4. God damn. Everybody out. Alex Escobar, Joho, MM2K. You can hop in, Mouse. Mad Jack, Material Weapon, Chaos 024, Beats, Games and Life. Shout out to Gaming 14. Cypher Board, Rock Steady. We got here Siphon, X-Time. What is what? 69. I told you X-Time. We got here Trunks, fuck you, bitch. Predator Kingdom, yeah. Carlos Crespin, shout out to you, good brother. Chili Hawk. Tekken God Jet, shout out to you. Paul G, as always. What's right? Everybody? Deron Cooper, shout out to you. Militant Rebel, what's going on, good brother? My man. I think I got everybody. Mad Jack, I think I got everybody. I've been had skills. Shout out to you. I think I got everybody. Yeah. I got everybody. Nope, no, I missed one. PC Master Race, God of Games, Solid Snake. Yeah, I got everybody now. I'm good. I'm caught up. Antonio Alicia's got you. I'm sorry. Max Z, One White King Kong, the Black Ranger. Damnies, shout out to you. And I think I got everybody now. I think I'm caught up. I'm good. Harry Halim, my brother, as always. I got it now. I got everybody. Yeah. Sixtra, shout out to you. Sixtra, whatever. If I pronounce it wrong, I do apologize. But anyway, you guys be back tomorrow. I'm about to listen. This time I promise I'm gonna hop on Twitch. I know I've been saying that shit, but I've been sick as hell, man. Been going through it, trying to take a fuck nigga leg, man. But I'm back though, for real. I'm about to hop on Twitch right now. So
that nigga been eating the whole Chinese store. He had to fall back for a minute.
No, I've been fucked up, man. Bony, all type of shit, infection.
Yeah, I know.
Damn.
Bro.
Fucked up.
You been down for